me take him to the fridge?
M16 with a scope, that's a pipe dream. Fuck nigga, walk a mile, these ice cream. Be quiet before I push you in a white chick. God, you the most pussy nigga I've seen. Damn, you a fuck boy. I don't wanna hear, we already make enough noise. Yeah.
I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a life update. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, and it's been really hard to record videos because I genuinely don't know what to do. I'm thinking of doing Instacart. I could go and do like a job as a cashier, but what's the point? Like, what's the point? I'm not going to be making that much money working as a cashier or doing other types of jobs anyway. My brother works at a grocery store right now, and they don't give him enough hours. I've worked a lot in the service industry, and they really don't give you enough hours. It's not worth it. And I like being able to wake up whenever I want. My sleep has been very good. So I'm like, look, let me just do Instacart, make a little bit of money on the side so I can afford my subscription, so I can afford Premiere Pro and keep making videos for you guys. And then I have time in my schedule so that I can network, and I have a better chance of getting a job that I actually want, which, would be like a UX design role or a graphic design role. I think it's super important to keep a positive attitude when looking for a job, because I can blame myself and be like, oh, I should have chosen better, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I can't see the future. I can only do what needs to be done. I think negativity is cringe. The thing I like about the game Hades is that it's all about just trying again and again and again, right? The plot of the game is that you play as this guy, Zagreus, and he's trying to escape from Hades so he can be with his mom, but his dad, Hades, won't let him escape. And so he has to keep going through the underworld and fighting monsters. And if he dies, you have to start all over again. And you just do that over and over again until you beat the game, pretty much. But the thing is, every time you play, you get a little bit stronger, you get a little bit more skilled, you make it a little bit farther. And I think that's what life is, right? You go through hell, you come out the other side, and you learn how to deal with it. It's not that serious. There's no point in being negative about it. I can whine and complain about not finding a job, or I can find another way to make enough money that I can survive, and I can keep networking and keep applying. Even though the job market is oversaturated now, it'll get less saturated as people give up. So I just gotta wait it out. There are companies that prioritize hiring people with little to no experience. All of those positions are closed. They open up next year. So my thought process is, if I can get a little bit of money, maybe I can start working on a project that I can put on my portfolio. Because the problem I'm having is that all the projects on my portfolio don't really exist. They're not real apps. So I'm like, I just need to make a real app, get a developer to make it, and just, put it on my portfolio so that I have a fighting chance at getting somewhere. Yeah. It's really hard to talk while playing video games, you guys. Oh my gosh, this video is going to be a nightmare to edit. I've been enjoying myself. I've been hanging out with my friends. We've been watching Love is Blind. It's kind of old, but I don't know, we're kind of having fun with it. The only downside of being unemployed, frankly, is that I don't have any money to hang out with people. If I had money, I'd be having a lot of fun. I wish that I had saved up more money when I graduated. When I graduated, I literally had $200 in my bank account, and then I had a really brief temporary job for 4 weeks or something, 6 weeks, and I got a little bit of money from that. And then I've been basically just living off of that money for a while. So that money is drying up. Yeah. I'm really trying to change my mindset about life. I'm somebody who's a chronically negative person. I was a really emo kid in high school. I'm somebody who has a doomer mindset. And I just don't want to be like that anymore, because I think a lot of older people have regret being negative. A lot of people wish that when they were my age, they had a better outlook on life. I'm trying to be grateful for what I have. And I'm grateful that I have a platform to express myself, I'm grateful that I have a fun video game to play. I'm so glad I bought this game and I had money. because it's offline. I don't even need internet. I'm grateful that I have friends that I can hang out with. Oh my god, if I didn't have my fucking friends, dude, I would literally lose my shit. I would be so fucking bored right now. I think I'd actually be losing my mind. But having friends I can talk to about this and share my struggles with, or like just chill with or whatever, it really does make a difference. I don't have a lot of friends. I have 2 friends. But it makes a difference, it really does. It could be a lot worse. The soundtrack of this game is ridiculously freaking good. Like, it's awesome. I've always wanted to make a video game. I just don't know what game I would make. If I had a perfect idea of what kind of game I'd want to make, I think I would be able to lock in and do it, because then I'd be able to focus on learning how to make the features. I don't really know what I want to do. I've been thinking a lot about creativity and about how I want to spend my time, how I want to spend my youth. I do want to make comics, but it just occurred to me that a lot of creative endeavors, writing and stuff, are really time consuming, and they're so time consuming that I think they actually eat up a huge portion of your life, especially if you're doing them full time. I think that I want to spend my youth gaining knowledge and experience so that my writing can be better, because right now I have such little life experience. I have more life experience than I had when I was in high school, but I don't have nearly enough life experience to make something interesting. Pretty much if I were to write a story right now, the main character would be a self-insert, because I don't know anything else. I've never lived anywhere outside of my hometown. I've only been in one relationship, and it wasn't even that serious. I don't have the experience to write something interesting or unique. I know a lot of successful writers are older people. They're not in their 20s, they're not in their teens, they're older people, because they have something to write based off of. So I like having this YouTube channel because it allows me to be a little bit creative, but it also allows me to continue living my life. These videos don't take me super long to make, and I can document my thoughts so that I can look back on them, which I think is kind of a smart idea. I've been thinking a lot about Yandere Dev. You guys don't know who Yandere Dev? He's the guy that made the game Yandere Simulator. That game is fucking awful. And Yandere Dev is kind of a pervert, and he got canceled for being a pervert, basically. But I've been thinking a lot about Yandere Dev because I feel like Yandere Dev is what happens when you prioritize art over living your life. He was kind of a social recluse. He was homeschooled. He didn't have very good social skills, and he just locked in and made this video game. It wasn't very well made, but he made a video game that people liked. People resonated with the game. But the problem was he was still a social recluse. I think he would have been better off if instead of making Yandere Simulator, he just improved his life. He went to the gym, talked to more girls, got a hobby besides playing video games and watching anime. I think he would have been better off. It would have been less weird. I think about that a lot. Because, I grew up as an artsy kid, and I was awkward, and I didn't talk to people, and everybody kept making it seem like art will be my salvation. That's all I'm going to be known for. She's weird, but at least she can draw. I don't want to be like that anymore. I want drawing to be the least interesting thing about me. I want to have experiences and then, make art based off of my experiences. Because I think, in the past, I was really worried. I thought that if I go a long time without drawing or writing, I'll get worse at it. But what I've realized is that it's something that I'm just naturally able to do. I go a really long time without drawing, and then I pick up my pencil, and sometimes I actually get better at drawing because I just took a break. So I don't think I need to worry too much about, making big art projects. I think my main priority is just, living life, garnering inspiration, and then maybe making little things, right? Making teeny tiny little things like YouTube videos. Maybe I'll make a blog one day. Maybe making a mini comic, right? Just to practice my art skills. I think that's the main problem with people who end up regretting their life, people who end up being awkward in high school. It's that you'll take one aspect of yourself, and then put all of your eggs in that one basket, and you'll tell yourself that you're not worth it. You don't have any value unless you do this one thing. You can't put that pressure on yourself. You know, when you're young, you're so inexperienced, you take any validation you can. So if people around you are only telling you that you're an artist, then that's what you're going to want to do all the time, even if it doesn't resonate with you anymore, or even if it's not the best thing for you. It's why I don't like calling myself an introvert. Like, am I an introvert, or am I just like, you know, young and surrounded by annoying people who I don't relate to? Yeah, I wish it was as easy to get money in real life as it is in this game, because that would make my life a lot easier.